me say good day to you students who are doing TPF3703, which is the teaching practice module for your qualification B.Ed foundation phase. Today's video recording regards assisting you or supporting you before you can submit your portfolios 50 and 51, which are also labeled or titled as Assessment 3 and 4. It is imperative that you take into cognizance or take note of all that I'm going to take you through to assist you in completing the portfolios. What you should remember is that portfolio 50 and 51 are your exam. You do not have a take-home exam. Your exam are the portfolios which you are going to submit before the end of September, by the 28th of September. And may I caution you, please do not wait until the last day because the portfolios are huge. And if all of you 4,000 students are going to submit at the same time, this can cause the system to crash or cause you to fail to submit your portfolio. What now about today's presentation? This presentation highlights all your concerns and key aspects you must attend to avoid unnecessary penalization and failure. Students, my introduction are your concerns, the emails you sent me regarding or concerning the completions of portfolios 50 and 51. May I also urge you that you always use my live email address. Remember that it is compulsory. No private emails will be responded to. By doing so, by using my live email address, you will be able to access all information pertaining to your studies. As I've already said, the presentation is basically based on all your concerns. What you wrote to me via email to ask questions. And I responded to individuals who asked these questions. And some of these were in your query forum or in your lesson activities, the forums which I created for you, as well as the student lounge. The first question I came across is, should I type my portfolio? And I've highlighted in yellow that no, as indicated in your study materials and announcement, you are all expected to handwrite with a pen. Please don't ask me if it's blue or black. It has to be blue or black, not red. Your handwriting should be clear and legible as expected of a foundation phase teacher. The second question asked was, I completed my practicals in June, but I have not yet been supervised. Should I submit my assessment without the supervisor report? No. If you are only doing teaching TPF3703, you may kindly request the school-based mentor or classroom-based mentor to complete the supervisor section in both your portfolio 50 and 51. This is towards the end of your portfolio, just before you attach your attendance register. Those students who have received a visit from an external supervisor, please note, when you attach the supervisor report, the form, evaluation form she completed or he completed for you, please do not forget to add the attendance register. It is imperative that you add the attendance register. Please, dear students, without the attendance register, your portfolio will not be marked. What we do is, when we receive your portfolio, we first go down to the end of your portfolio and check if there is an attendance register attached. If there is no attendance register attached, then unfortunately, we do not even look at the portfolio to mark it, no matter how beautifully completed it is. So if you're only doing teaching practice 3, coming back to question 2, you may kindly request the school-based mentor to complete the supervisor section in your portfolios. The school-based mentor should also fully sign that section, put the school stamp, and write the date in full. Writing the date in full means you write the day, the month, and the year 2023. For instance, if your mentor signed your portfolio today, your mentor would write 29th August 2023. We'll go to the next slide. The question is, since I submitted assessment 1 on the 19th of May 2023, the student says till date, it should have been to date, I did not receive a placement confirmation email. May I please have some advice about this matter? Students, those who did not manage, and there are only 200, who did not manage to submit their assessment 1, you are still given a chance to proceed with your module TPF3707. But the condition is you must submit your assessment 2 by the 30th of August 2023. Hence, my response to this question is you still need a placement or confirmation letter for assessment 2. So you need to contact the teaching practice coordinator of your province to assist you. Do not write an email to the general email address of TeachPrec. I have already sent through the query forum, the bulk emails, the student lounge, and lesson activity through those platforms, LMS platforms. I have posted the teaching practice coordinator's contact details per province. Write to the teaching practice coordinator of your province and request your placement letter or confirmation letter, because you are going to need it for your assessment 2. Here are the details of all the coordinators of the different provinces in the teaching practice office. When we say TPO, we mean teaching practice office. Mr. Masango and Ms. Mbukwe are the senior administrators. If none of these coordinators is responding to your email, you can write to Mr. Masango or to Ms. Mbukwe. But for each province, here are the different teaching practice coordinators. Mr. Ramova for Eastern Cape, Free State, and Northwest. It's Mr. Ramoba and Ms. Maluleke. Their email addresses are there. For KZN, because it's a big province, we have Ms. Tole and Mrs. Muatuji. Again, that was KZN North. KZN South, we have Mr. Mawatu and Mr. Malifo. So KZN is broken into 2 sections, the northern part and the southern part. For the southern part is Mr. Mawatu and Ms. Malifo. The northern part is Mr. Tole, Ms. Tole, and Mrs. Muatludi. Now for Western Cape, Northern Cape, SADC region, as well as international students. These are 4 regions: Western Cape, Northern Cape, SADC region, and international students. We have Mrs. Mahanyele and Miss Buota. Their contact details are there. For Gauteng province, we have Mr. Maketa and Mr. Vilankulu. Mr. Maketa and Mr. Vilankulu. For Limpopo and Mpumalanga, we have Miss Ndlovu and Mrs. Munyaku. So dear students, always refer here if you have problems regarding a placement at this juncture. And I'm stating on the 29th of August, which is already late. Contact these individuals in the teaching practice office who will assist you and provide you with a confirmation letter or placement form. I would like, here's another question from a student. I would like to know what I can do when the supervisor, which the teaching practice office advised me to call on my placement confirmation, says that she is not that person. What can I do in such a case? Because the number which I called is the same as on my teaching practice confirmation letter. My answer is, if you are only doing teaching practice, or if you are only doing TPF3707, which is teaching practice for the 3rd year, you may kindly request the school-based mentor to complete the supervisor section in both your portfolio 50 and 51, sign, stamp, and write the full date for you. If there is no supervisor and only for 3rd year students, if you are doing more than 3 teaching practice, let's say for 2nd year, 3rd year, and 4th year, I am talking about 3rd year. For other years, kindly contact the relevant lecturers, please. For those, the primary lecturers, for those modules. Now, here is yet another question. The student is saying, I just want to ask you if you can just tell us what exactly must we submit to the following assessments. That's the student asking, what must I submit? Now you see here, I've highlighted 2. So for assessment 2, this is what you need to submit. Students, may I also take this opportunity to explain to you that you cannot submit assessment 2 before you complete your teaching practice. Because assessment 2 has information, it bears the information of portfolio 50 and 51, and I'll explain why. For assessment 2, you need to submit 4 documents. These documents bear 25 marks each. If you submit only one of the 4 documents, you only get 25 marks, you fail. If you submit only 2, you'll get 50 marks. And that also depends if you have correctly completed those documents. So each of these 4 documents is 25 marks. Now, the first one is the principal's report. Complete that section of the principal's report. It is in your tutorial letter labeled assessment 2. It must have the principal's signature, full names and signature. No PPs, please. The mentor report must also be completed. Then, the crucial thing, your attendance register with the full dates. The full dates I'm going to repeat is the day, the month, and the year. Please don't say the space is too small, I could not write the date. You can write 29/08/23 or 29/08/2023. Your attendance register must have the full dates, must have the mentor signature, and must have the school stamp. Lastly, but most importantly, the teaching practice confirmation letter. Remember that. In the last slide, I showed you I projected the different teaching practice coordinators per province or per area where you live. Contact them to get the confirmation letter. And please, I'm repeating, those who were unable to submit their assessment 1, you still have an opportunity to submit your assessment 2 by the 30th of August. If you are going to submit later than the 30th of August, please do not even bother to ask me any favors or request me to open the portal or what. I'm not responsible for that. That is a function of DSAA, the assessment section. Now, here again, I just want to ask if you can just tell us what exactly we must submit for the following assessments. Here, I've highlighted 2 assessments, 50 and 51. Please look at this. The first thing which must appear in your portfolios is the declaration. Then it is the lessons which you have taught, the lesson plans. They must be completed. You must also have the UNISA External Supervisor section completed. For those who did not get a visit from the external supervisor, ask the school-based or classroom-based assessor, school-based or classroom-based mentor to complete the UNISA External Supervisor section for you. I've already told you what they must do. Complete in full, sign, stamp, and write the full date. Furthermore, you need to attach the attendance register with the full dates, the school stamp, and the mentor signature. Now, what goes with the completed lessons taught is this, the mentor evaluation form. Each lesson, after you have taught it, the mentor is supposed to evaluate you and then sign it. If you do not complete the mentor evaluation forms, you will lose marks and you may fail because you could have done half the job, not all of it. Students, I am just a phone call away or an email away. I pride myself in saying I answer all, not a few, all the emails sent to me by students. And if I'm available, I answer your phone calls or call you back. So please contact me for assistance or support before it is too late for you. Contact me before the 25th of September, because by the 28th, everything will have closed for teaching practice module, which is TPF3707. I've said here, I'm available via email or via telephone call. My details are in all your tutorial letters. In conclusion of this short video, I'd like to say to you that hard work in silence. Let success make the noise. Work hard, student, in silence. Don't make noise. Be silent and work hard. And your success will make the noise for you. I wish you all of the best. Thank you.